Hello, my name is Nicholas Maina. I'm the Lodge Manager, Sarova Mara Game Camp, part of Sarova Hotels. As you know, Sarova Hotels, being a corporate and a local corporate, we are very keen on CSR, which is corporate social responsibility. So our CSR is anchored on three pillars. One of them is education and empowerment of the community. The second one is on environment, conservation, which leads to sustainability, and the third one is health of us and the community that we live and operate around. This is our effluent treatment plan or plant. This is one of our biggest conservation initiatives that we've taken up at the camp. So this is where we treat all our sewer, waste from the rooms, and it's divided into three compartments. We have the septic tank at the far end. Then we have these three compartments. We have a settling compartment. Then we have a final soak pit and evaporation pit, which is the last stage of the effluent treatment. So all sewer lands at the septic tank. That is where we introduce bacteria to help in the breakdown of the sewer. Then from that point, the sewer water flows into these three compartments. As you can see, we have rocks and reeds in these compartments. So the rocks differ in size from bigger sized rocks, medium sized, smaller sized, to ensure that any remaining solid sewer left from the septic then gets filtered. This is like a filtration system, gets filtered and left in these compartments. So what comes out of the last filtration compartment then lands into the settling tank. So settling tank is supposed to be very quiet and peaceful. That ensures that any fine solid waste settles to the bottom before the water now, which is safe for the environment, goes into the final pit, which is the soak pit and evaporation pit. We ensure that we do tests, water tests, every end of the month to make sure that ensure that there is consistency and we don't compromise the process, because then this nature and environment really has to be conserved to ensure continuity for us and for future generations. Our organic garden is our other conservation and sustainability initiative. So we've set aside like a whole acre piece of land inside the camp where we grow herbs, fruits and leafy vegetables, which end up in our restaurant, part of our salads, and our fruits, at the salad bar and dessert counter. In the organic garden, we ensure all the practice matters, farming in that garden, 100% organic. So we don't use any chemicals in terms of pesticides or fertilizers, and we make sure that we use organically constituted pesticides and manure for that matter. So that ensures in modern day where we are very keen and sensitive on healthy living, that yes, we ensure that is achieved for our guests and our staff. Then we also ensure that we do not leave any ecological footprints on this beautiful environment that we operate in. We also have a program we call Adopt a Tree program, which is also very big for us. We make sure that we involve our guests in afforestation, whereby we have an array of trees which are indigenous trees that when a guest stays with us, we give them an opportunity to plant a tree with us and leave a mark at the camp. So with that, whether it's them coming back or their families and friends, they already feel that they are part of us and they are part of our conservation initiative. So in a year, we do an average of 500 trees, and that is within the camp. But we also join our stakeholders outside or in the park, whether it's our rangers on their special day celebrations, whether it's the schools around us, to ensure that we of course we donate these trees, and we 1,000 a year. So if we add what we do within the camp with our guests and what we do with our local stakeholders, in a year we plant 1,500 to 2,000 trees, which is very good in terms of giving back to the environment. So another conservation initiative is being in a park. We are a plastic-free property. So whether it's our water, we use reusable glass bottles. Whether it's straws, we use decomposable straws. So we are 100% plastic free, and that is very key in ensuring that when our guests goes for game drives, there is no litter around, and make sure that the environment is as natural as it should be. So another thing which is really important to us is our local community. They are part of our stakeholders and a very important stakeholder. So we take initiatives to ensure that we empower them, in different ways. One of them being, through education. The other one is being, trying to, create a livelihood for them. We have a training program. We realize that most of the local community members have not, been able to proceed for tertiary level education. So what we do is every quarter in a year, we pick 4 of these young ladies and gentlemen, and we adopt them for our training program, which takes 3 months. So they become part of our operations in various departments, and based on their strengths, then they're able to define and identify what they would like to pursue in terms of their hospitality careers. So what that does is, at the end of these 3 months, we issue certificates, and these certificates they can now use them to apply and seek job opportunities, not only within Sarova, but other hospitality establishments as well, both in the Mara and outside. We also select a few, who turn out to be, strong, bright attitude, fast learners, and adopt them and have them as part of our workforce. So if you walk around, you find, in any department, we have members of the local community who've gone through this training program and are now part of, our workforce, and they're able to benefit themselves, their families, and, create a future for themselves. The second initiative, Matters Empowering the Community, is we may not be able to employ everyone as part of our workforce. So we take other initiatives and give opportunities for them to also create a source of livelihood. Such examples are 3 times a week, we offer the local Morans an opportunity to come and entertain our guests, every 3 days in a week, and they get to earn a living out of it. Okay. Secondly, we have days we call market days, and we give them as opportunities to the local women. Local women, their main economic activity is beadwork. So then we give them a chance to come to the camp, and they are able to showcase their beadwork to our guests, and that offers an opportunity for them to sell and also have a source of livelihood. For those who are not able to come to the camp, then we also take our guests outside to the manyatas, to the their bomas, the Maasai bomas, where our guests are able to see, learn, experience, and appreciate the Maasai culture and their livelihood from the source, which is a very unique experience for our guests. Remember, were it not for the community, volunteering their land and conserving nature and their culture, then we wouldn't have this attraction. So then we have to make deliberate efforts to make sure that we create opportunities for them to also earn a living from these initiatives that they have taken. So while the camp was being started, there were very few health facilities for the community to use to seek medical attention or medical assistance. So Sarova Mara having a health clinic for its guests, and staff, we decided to open up our clinic to the local Maasai community and extend medical services for free to this, very precious community to us. As a matter of fact, to date, we boast as the only camp having an antivenom, a snake antivenom, in our neighborhood, and this is very key for us, being in a game reserve and having an antivenom. Then we make sure that the well-being and health of our community is well taken care of.